Alright, this is Gethin's famous Kachri Bateta recipe. So we put in enough oil to cover the base of the pan. And we've boiled 2 kilos of potatoes and then diced them. So these are already cooked and they're ready to be used for Kachri Bateta. This recipe is roughly for six people. So that's roughly 2 tablespoons or a tablespoon and a half of jiru, which is cumin seeds, has gone into the pan in the oil. So that's going to be roasting now.
Frying. Roasting with how much? Yeah.
And in this jug we've got 2 tins of tomato, which has been blended. So this goes into the pan with the jiru. And these are some of the spices that we'll be using. We've got turmeric, chili powder, dana jiru, and this is gore. That's 1.5 teaspoons of
3 spoons.
1.5 teaspoons of chili powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric,
It's out effect.
2 heaped tablespoons of dana jiru powder,
Touch no book.
right, so this is Dutch Nabucco. So that's half a teaspoon. Dutch is cinnamon.
And loving.
And this is loving powder again,
Clove.
the same amount, which is cloves. This has already been ground up. You can buy those in the shop. Ground. Just give it a little stir so all the spices are mixed in. And now adding some salt. 2 teaspoons of salt.
curry può aprire un po'.
And that's
Yeah, that's not enough.
alright. That was a teaspoon of paprika powder, but that is optional. You don't need to put that in. And now we're gonna add some gore, which is basically sugar. And you can buy these from any Indian grocery shops. Alright, so just added a small amount of it,
Taste.
just according to taste. You can add more or less depending on whether you prefer it to be a bit sweeter. And now I'm going to add some water. So roughly how much is that, Captain?
Quarter jug.
Quarter of a jug, so maybe about a cup, a mug of water. Is it hot or cold?
Anything doesn't matter. It's gonna get hot and
Right, so you're adding a little bit more gore after you've tasted it. Alright, so that's your basic sauce done for the Kachri Bateta. So you can see that it's fairly simple. And then these are potatoes going in. The size of them, roughly about an inch or a bit smaller, cubed. And that's already been boiled, so it's already cooked. So you just give that a stir in.
Sí, રસો કેટલો બધો છે બેઝિકલી આટલું હોય તો આટલો રસો જોઈએ તો હજી ઓછો છે પણ try.
Right, so it's not supposed to be too thick, a little bit runny.
Very runny.
And we'll leave that on the hob for approximately how long?
ખબર 20 minutes.
Maybe 20 minutes. We'll come back and then it should basically be ready. And the flavors will go into the potatoes, and ideally it's quite good to do this dish a day before and then put it in the fridge and serve it the next day so that the spices have a bit more time to marinate and give a bit more flavour. You're going to add any garlic?
Yeah.
Can you show me the bottle, what you're using? So this is garlic chutney. You can get that again from any Indian grocers. If you don't have garlic chutney, then you can use the equivalent of garlic paste, but the chutney aspect just makes it a bit hotter. So if you don't use this, maybe you'd need to add a little bit more chili powder. So that is,
Chutney.
yeah, about a teaspoon. And are you going to add any green chilies? Alright, so it depends how hot you like your food. This is sort of mild to medium. If you like it a bit hotter, you can add green chili paste. Alright, okay, so you're going to add that. So that's about 2 teaspoons of green chili paste. And you can either buy that ready or you can get some fresh chilies, grind it up and in a herb mill and then add it. Just to give it a little bit of kick, it needs a little bit of chili. Alright, so that's going to stay on the hob now for about 20 minutes to about half an hour. Just keep an eye on it, keep it on, what heat is it on? Sort of,
Yes.
it's on lowish heat,
Medium.
low to medium heat. And just keep an eye on it, put a timer on. And with this, you normally serve it with ready salted crisps and coconut chutney, which is basically coconut, desiccated coconut, a couple of tablespoons of that in about a tub of yogurt. And you can add chili to that. I tend to use these chilies and just slice them thinly and add some chili. You can add fresh chilies if you want, but then I would use a bit less because it can be quite hot. Alright, thank you, Ketan.